What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's really affecting it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. Starting off, Lucid is down slightly, 0.46%. Market's been open roughly about 30 minutes. So I want to go over what's really influencing it today. Today, there was one piece of news that came out associated to Lucid. Nothing really crazy, but you can kind of see right here that Lucid expands accessibility to the award-winning Lucid Air for customers in Canada with new leasing options. For those of you that don't know, I do live in Canada, so this is a good thing that they're at least trying to focus on Canada for that, because there's a lot of good money in especially some hot regions, Vancouver, Toronto, whatever else. But I have done videos in the past on how just Lucid in general, their leasing it sucks. It shows basically no holding of value for the Air itself. And one thing that I've kind of complained about, maybe a lot of people don't generally kind of care, but I think this would really deter a lot of Canadians from investing. Canadian dollar sucks, especially in comparison to the US dollar. But it does say that right here, blah, 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 that Lucid Air delivers best-in-class performance and efficiency starting at 96.8. So for those of you that do not know, let's say Lucid's been doing some advertising right now. So I think it's around 65 for the Pure. If we do the basic rate conversion, it's around 88, and so 88.6. So the fact that they're charging 10% more is mind-boggling to me. The fact that they're making money off of the FX exchange as well as off the lease, because this right here, this deal or deal of 96.8 does not include lease options, which in comparison to even the States is crap. So I think Lucid is trying, but this isn't good, in my opinion. And I already see some people floating this around, acting like this is good. I always like to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. If something is good, I'm going to say it as this. This, unfortunately, isn't good. It shows that Lucid's trying, but it's kind of a swing and a miss, if that kind of makes sense. So this is definitely does need some improvement. Aside from that, though, again, it's just kind of piggybacking off of the broader market, as well as what Trump did say yesterday. So he did say that he would consider ending that $7,500 tax credit if he obviously was to win. And I think that's just very poor timing, because essentially Lucid did target that Gravity price to be $80,000 or less, just to take advantage of that $7,500 credit that I feel like a lot of people just seem to overlook. In reality, if that does happen, that would really be negative, in my opinion, on Lucid and the Gravity launch. So we'll just have to wait and see. Conveniently, it kind of coincides, the Gravity launch and the elections. So again, we'll just have to wait and see. There's a lot of things that is moving the market, though. So you do have the FOMC meeting minutes coming out tomorrow. You have initial jobless claims on Thursday, and then Powell on Friday. All of that which is going to instantly correlate with interest rate cuts. And right now for the September 18th meeting, there is a 26.5% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut. So that is what Wall Street is anticipating, that Powell is going to come out and say, hey, the 50 basis point that we previously said is not on the table, it now is back on the table. So I think that's what the market wants to hear. They don't believe it's going to truly happen based on this. It looks like there's a 73.5% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. And this, no matter what, whether it be a 50 or 25 basis point cut, that would really help the whole EV sector as a whole. And even if you kind of look at it on a larger scale for the November 7th meeting, there is a good likelihood of a 25 and also a 50 basis point cut for that meeting. So I think the market's already starting to price a lot of that in. Today, you do have shorts really saying FU to Lucid, because they're increasing right now, 3.1 million shares within the first around like 45 minutes of the trading day. So kind of crazy stuff if you think about it. 27.93% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 250.63 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 10.25. And today they definitely are breaking trend. So over this last little bit, shorts have been returning. Went from around 28.17 to where it is now. So yeah, shorts are starting to really get back in. Utilization 93.81. Moving on to options. Factoring in, again, the market just opened. 53,000 in calls, 23,000 in puts. So dollar value is a little bit low, but on a positive note, 83% of all the options being done are optimistic and bullish. Could be correlated with shorts hedging, and I've already explained in previous videos on what that kind of looks like, because if we do look at a lot of the options, the closest strike price, which is around the 350, is very active. So that's a very good indication that it is hedging that is happening. But there's a consensus for it to be above 350 for the foreseeable future. And then looking at puts, you do see a consensus kind of between that 250 or sub 250 to $3 range. So right now it seems to be a little bit mixed based on the sentiment. You do see one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000, $430,000 as far as a premium for that one transaction. And it regrettably was a sell. You could tell that based on the bid, the ask, and the selling price. And someone definitely wanted to sell because the actual price was $3.21. The bid at the time was $3.24. So someone definitely wanted to get out. Lucid right now is sitting at $3.24. So essentially between these 2 points, so the pivot and this R1. So $3.27 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. So kind of been flirting with that for the most part of the morning. $3.12 is going to be the next strong support. I don't see that support level being touched whatsoever today unless things turn very, very south. But I feel like it's just going to be stuck within this limbo until one of those data points in the next couple of days is the confirmation that we are going to have rate cuts to really propel Lucid higher and just a lot of other growth stocks, or kind of break it down and have it touch this pivot point. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What is your thoughts, for instance, on shorts doubling down? I've pointed out in the past that they are very overextended. Actually, now they just jumped up to 4.21 million. So it gets more and more interesting. So what's your thoughts? Do you think that they're kind of just doing their last ditch effort to try and push Lucid down before they lose? Or do you think that they know something that the rest of us do not? So what's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Just hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. It's a pretty good milestone for that. So transitioning from the financial journey to this, pretty good stuff. And yeah, so make sure you guys to also take advantage of this promo. It is only up until the end of August. It's been extended. So just deposit $100, you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So that is a kick-ass deal. With all that said though, appreciate all of you watching.